This video is all about the new Tempus Razorback assault rifle that just released with the Season 4 update. We're going to be going over the best class setup and an overall class you can use for this gun. So what we have here is an overall class, and we do want to pair it with the Vaznev. Now we do have 150 HP now added into the game, so that's a total of 300 HP if you've got max armor plates. And the Vaznev didn't get any adjustments with this update, so it still should be a solid choice because the recoil of this weapon is relatively low. Landing all your shots is going to be super important now, especially with that extra health and the longer engagement times. So the Vaznev will be a solid choice. Now when it comes to the overall build for this, it hasn't really changed too much in terms of my personal build, but what you would like to use is the shark fin underbarrel because it gives you idle stability without any cons. You do want to tune it like you see on screen just now. Then we are using the grime line laser, which is the one that gives you hip fire accuracy, because aiming down sights will take a little bit extra time, and if you want to get the best possible TTKs, you need to hip fire as much as possible, especially at close range, and this laser is going to help you do that if you use it and tune it just like this. Then we are using the Ortizat stock. I don't really know exactly how you say that, but it is the best stock when it comes to strafing speeds, which is super important, especially when you're ADS and firing. So you do want to use this one. Again, tune it like you've seen there. And lastly, the True Tac grip. You can also use the demo grip if you need a bit extra recoil control, but I prefer having the more faster movement speeds. And again, we are tuning it more towards movement speed right here, as you can see. Moving on into the gun that you're all here to see, that's the Tempus Razorback. Now obviously we haven't maxed out this gun yet, we've tested it out in some private games and it does feel absolutely solid, by the way, and it's almost expected that every new gun now is going to be meta more or less, and especially with this new increased TTK, the way they've built this gun, it's just perfect essentially for that. So what we do have here is a 60 round mags, and you've got 45 or 60, and if you're playing smaller game modes you can go for the 45. But if you're playing the larger game modes, then it makes sense to go for the larger one. Optic is personal preference as always, so definitely just go with whatever you prefer here. I just prefer lower zooms, it just feels a lot better to me personally. Then we do have the 16-inch barrel. Now the 16-inch barrel here, in my opinion, is slightly better than the 17-inch barrel. Now this one does give you an optic built in, so you're saving an attachment slot essentially. So if you do want to do that, you can go ahead and use this one, but the optic that you do get with this is not great. So I'll show you that optic just now, and as you can see the visible recoil as well a bit more with this, which is why I don't really like this optic too much. So as you can see, there is a bit more recoil with that optic. Now I've swapped it back for the one that I prefer, and then we are using the Zulu suppressor as well, which is obviously the best suppressor in the game. We've already discussed this before. And then the F-Tac Ripper underbarrel. Now you can go for the other underbarrel grips like the lock grip, but how low the recoil is on this gun, you don't really need it. Taking this into the firing range now, this gun is absolutely ridiculous when it comes to recoil control. The recoil is pretty much vertically upwards and it doesn't really move at all. So I'll show you that here. As you can see, pretty much straight up and to the right, and the fire rate is nice and quick, so this is going to be definitely a meta choice. As you can see here, absolutely ridiculous at range as well, and this is definitely how you want to build this weapon. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe, and thank you very much for watching.